besties. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? How are things going? I think you can figure out where I am. I'm at SP's. And I was just reading The Power of Awareness again. That's one of my favorite Neville books. And I got to the chapter 17. And I'm going to share a quote with you in a minute. But first, let's get to the basic bitch shit. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me. It wasn't manifest me. Email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have TikTok. I have Instagram. Let's see, I have channel memberships. A few moments before I get myself into the shower so I can apply some makeup. Because I try not to sit around without around my SP because I like to look sexy and sassy and saucy around my own SP. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm in one of my moods. All right, so anyway. Yeah, I'm talking lower. It's because other people are in the goddamn house, okay? All right? The last time I recorded here, somebody had to complain about it in the damn comments. Listen, turn up the volume really, really loud. Then you'll hear me great. Okay? But Jesus. Settle down, Beavis. Okay, I'm going to read this quote by Neville. I want you to listen. Just listen. I promise it won't be a really long one. The clue to the real purpose of life is to surrender yourself to your ideal with such awareness of its reality that you begin to live the life of the ideal and no longer your own life as it was prior to this surrender. He calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen become seen. Approximately Romans 4:17. Okay, so why did I want to read that? Well, let me just say something too. In a lot of my videos, ever since I put my big states video up, and actually since I've been really heavily talking about states of consciousness, another way of thinking of what state are you in is who are you being, or who do you think you are? And that quote is just another way of saying that. The idea of manifestation, to get shit to literally change in your world, is for you to become the version of you who is living the life of having that. Now, I don't mean that you're going out in the world and faking. Like, for example, if you're someone manifesting $1 million, it is not my advice for you to go spend plethoras or a plethora of money on shit because you're in the mindset of, well, I'm just going to manifest money. Now, don't get me wrong. If that's really your new assumption, and it's true, and you're not fighting an inner battle with money, then yeah, do what you want, because you're going to manifest your money. But if you know that you are still in your mind thinking you're a mess when it comes to money, don't go out and buy shit yet. I don't want you to fake life like that. That's not stepping into your version. Stepping into the version of yourself that you want to be, that has the manifestation, is up here. It's up here. And the more focus you put on being that version of yourself, you are naturally going to start. Now, listen to the whole thing I'm saying. You are naturally going to start thinking and living and taking action from the placement of your new self. Now, when I say take action, I am not telling you to take any kind of action regarding manifestation. What I mean is, the more you think of yourself as your new version, the more you're stepping in to your new self, to the new version, to the version of you who has your manifestations. You will be naturally led with inspired action and these actions are leading you to your manifestation. So here's an example of what I don't want you to do. You've decided that you are this new version of yourself that has your specific person. And in your mind right now, you're actually upset because you haven't heard from them. And you're getting that nervous feeling in your stomach. So you start calling them all over the place. Like literally you're calling them in at their mothers, at their sisters, their cell, their work, and you're getting desperate and needy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying just think of yourself as the version of you who is always chosen, who is desired, who knows your specific person is in love with you. And flippant things will come to mind and you will take that action. By flippant, I mean that's usually what inspired action is. It's flippant. It's not something you're sweating. So I'm hoping that's making sense. You know yourself. You know yourself. You will be led to actions. You will be led. Okay? Is that making sense? You're going to get inspired action. Inspired action is rarely ever you chasing your manifestation. Inspired action is usually incremental, and by incremental, meaning like things that you would never even think of, like being related to your manifestation, like stopping after work to grab gas. And boom, you get there and you find a stack of money next to the garbage can. I don't know. Stuff like that. It's not anything that puts you in a desperate, needy state. That's never inspired action, okay? But I'm going to give you a better example. I'm going to use myself. So once I discovered law of assumption and started heavily applying it to myself in regards to weight loss. When I started that journey, I wanted to manifest weight loss without exercise and without having to restrict myself from certain foods or anything that made me feel like I couldn't have something. And I didn't want to work out because I was lazy. That's not a secret. So I started my journey. I started scripting. I finally now weigh blah, blah, blah. I finally now fit in blah, blah, blah size jeans or whatever. Weight is just melting off of me. Okay. And I lost 80 pounds that way. I noticed along that journey that I had began intermittent fasting without being aware of it initially. Meaning I was being led to incremental or like incidences, bridge of incidents, making decisions that was leading me to intermittent fasting, which is what melted the first 80 pounds. Now I say the first 80 because since I got on the scale and weighed myself, it was, oh my God, I'm 80 pounds down. I have not been on the scale back since that because when we're doing appearance changes of any kind, and to me, weight loss is not only health, it's also an appearance change. My advice is always don't look in the mirror and tell yourself how it hasn't worked yet. Or still call yourself fat names. And getting on the scale. If you feel like getting on the scale is going to trigger you, if you don't see a number or like a loss that makes you feel good. And I would be triggered by that. So I made the decision of nope, not getting on that scale. So I haven't been on the scale since then. Now we're definitely well over a year or more that I've been on, okay? So I was, through inspired action, led to make decisions that have brought me weight loss. Now, I'm still on the weight loss journey, but I want to say, I actually don't even remember when it really first started, but I started desiring more energy. I was desiring more energy. I was desiring for my body to feel better. You know, my knees hurt a lot. My joints hurt. And, you know, at the time, I was pretty convinced, due to me having torn meniscuses at some point in both knees, that some of that pain was from those original injuries. But I don't think my weight was helping. You know, so, and the fact that the only exercise I was getting was walking my dog. So I was desiring to just wanting my body to feel better. So I started not necessarily scripting, because it was more I was embodying. Because I don't think I may have scripted it a few times here and there, but I was not daily scripting when that started. I know I wasn't. No, I was not daily scripting. I was already knowing states by that point. Sorry, I'm 48, my memory, you know. But it was more of embodiment, like, oh, you know, I'm so full of energy and my body feels good. You know, I started thinking things like that, making that a part of who I thought I was. And that naturally led me to this sudden, unfulfilling, like nothing was quenching it. Like going out for a walk was not quenching this desire of, I wanted to move my body. I was desiring it. I was led to wanting it, which that started August 1st. And I have been very disciplined with 6 days a week of doing some semblance of a workout. And it's not, if I don't do it, I feel guilty. If I don't do it, I'm bummed, because I look forward to it. But what I'm saying to you is, my embodiment of someone with more energy, of someone her body feels good, and still manifesting weight loss, all of that has been quenched, right? Those manifestations, those desires that I was having are being quenched on the bridge of incidents, right? Through my inspired action, meaning I was led. I didn't just start working out because I felt like I had to. Do you see the difference? There's big difference when you're doing a workout program because you feel like you have to lose weight, and that you dread doing it. That's a different mindset of, I can't wait to work out. I feel so happy when I work out. I feel great when I work out. That's the time I'm in the most of my embodiment state, other than when I first wake up. That's where I am fully immersing myself of who I think I am, right? That's where I'm defining it while I'm working out, because my mind is free in those moments, right? And I feel my best, which I know sounds weird, especially if you've known me my whole life. I know that sounds weird. But through inspired action, I was led to the desire of wanting to work out, which has now, because of that, I don't know how much weight. It must be significant, because my clothing size has rapidly changed since I started doing that. And I don't think that it really would have if I hadn't wanted to do the workout. I believe there's a mind-body connection, but that's for another video. But do you see what I'm saying? I was telling myself that this is who I am now. This is the version of myself that I am. I'm the version of myself that is finally in a body she's proud of. I was going to say not ashamed, proud of. I am always full of energy, right? I have a lust for life. I'm living my best life in all categories. I'm abundant in all categories. I'm living literally the best life, best relationship with the best specific person. ever, in my opinion. It was me making the decision that that's who I am now. That's who I am. That I was naturally led to make decisions that has led me to where I currently am in my 3D world. That's how manifestation is working. There is all sorts of noises going on outside. I don't know where that beeping's coming from. But that's how manifesting works. That's how it works. You are becoming a new you. You become the you that has the manifestation. And you will be led to that. You will be led to that. It's a sometimes moment by moment decision, meaning thought by thought, or it's a daily decision. Depends on where you are in your journey. For me, it's more of a daily decision. But it wasn't initially. Initially, it was moment by moment. That's why I still say moment by moment, mostly in my videos, because we're all on different places in our journey. But that's what Neville's talking about when he says, surrender yourself to your ideal. Surrender yourself to your ideal with such awareness of its reality that you begin to live the life of the ideal and no longer your own life as it was prior to this surrender. I surrendered my old self. I surrendered old Kim because I don't want to be old Kim ever again. I don't want to live Kim's life, old Kim's life. I surrendered it to my new self, to the new Kim. Did I believe it instantly? No, but I had a good enough belief in manifestation and states of consciousness. I had enough belief there to decide this is who I'm going to be. I know this works. Even when my 3D was telling me a different story. I knew manifestation works. I knew states of consciousness like the back of my hand. I knew that I could simplify my manifestation game by just deciding this is who I am now. And that's what I do. And that's what I did. And that's what has brought the changes in my world to me now living that person that I was telling myself that I was. I have become that version. And it was through incremental changes in my life that I was unaware of, meaning they weren't standing out to me as, oh, this is the catalyst moment, Kim. No, I was just led to things. And boom, life changed. And life is fucking pretty good right now. And yours could be too, by just deciding you're the new you. It really is that simple. Don't go so damn logical when it comes to manifestation. Don't go so logical. Logic, unfortunately, sometimes is our enemy when it comes to manifestation because it's that literal logical thinking that keeps you trapped in a 3D experience that you don't want to be in. Be delusional. Be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Be crazy. Who cares? So long as you're getting what you want in the end. Who cares? Enjoy life. Decide you're the new you. And you're going to be led, whether you think you are or not, you're being led to the new version of yourself who therefore can now experience your full manifestation. See what I'm saying? Let me give you a quick little example on that, and then this video is going to be goddamn long. When I say that, how can you have the love, like love off the walls, love, unconditional love, where you feel fulfilled and happy with your person, right? And that person showing up for you and choosing you and making you feel on top of the fucking world. How can you have that if you're still the version of yourself who doesn't feel good enough, who doesn't feel desired, who doesn't think her specific person is ever going to choose her or his? You become the new version. And no, it's not about perfection. It doesn't mean you have to fake and be stuck in this fake state of, I'm my new self, I'm my new self, I'm my new self. No, It's going to come naturally, and it can come extremely quickly. All mine did. Oh, Lord. That's a video in itself also coming. It's just you deciding who you want to be. Yeah? The more you're stepping into that version of yourself, the quicker things change, and then the full manifestation can come to you. But if you're still your old self, and you're still aligning yourself with a 3D, that you don't get what you want because inside you still don't feel good enough, you're not going to have your full experience. Now, everybody don't start panicking. I'm not telling you that you have to be perfect. That's why I said that. It's not about perfection. It's about dominance, who you are dominantly being. That's what brings the manifestation in and keeps it. And keeps it. Not bringing it in and then it quickly fading. We don't want that. All it is a decision to be the new you who feels more than enough. It's not about being good enough for them. It's about being good enough, knowing I'm more than enough, knowing I'm the best and the only choice, and they're never going to get anybody better than us. It's knowing that. It's deciding you're that. Listen, if you're an HBIC, if you're a part of my community, we're sexy, sassy, saucy. Okay? Sexy, sassy, saucy. So know it. Believe it. Because we all are. But that's who you become to get and keep the full manifestation. Okay? And on that note, it was a rambly video. Ramblier than normal. I'll see you in a day. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Be good. It's just a decision. It's just a decision.